Emerson Fittipaldi was a werewolf?
Hello and welcome back. As we discussed in the previous video, Tooned was actually a surprise success for McLaren and it led to a second series coming out in 2013 to celebrate the actual 50th anniversary of McLaren, no less. That's no small feat. And this series shows the highlights of each driver for McLaren, with some rather poignant moments, reflective of the impressive career started by one plucky New Zealander. Bizarrely, McLaren actually went above and beyond for this series. The cast list was insane. Emerson Fittipaldi, Tommy Hunt, Bruno Senna, Murray Walker, Mika Hakkinen and very famous actor Brian Cox. And of course, the stellar Alexander Armstrong.
Oh, nuts.
The charismatic Jenson Button.
Yes, we're here. I know.
And a rather wooden Sergio Perez.
You are joking, man.
Indeed, I will be joking, Sergio. I have a couple of zingers right here.
And this series would attempt to delve into some of the most fantastic moments of McLaren's career with a slightly farcical look, but overall an incredibly serious approach. Oh wait, James Hunt was a spy, Mika Hakkinen was a superhero, Prost drank motor oil, Fittipaldi was a werewolf and Bruce Helps' pet kiwi fly?
What?
Yes, the series made the rather strange choice of following the Saturday morning cartoon route and actually focused on the individual backstories instead of their racing milestones. Regarding racing, the series starts off actually quite well. Bruce McLaren actually creates his team.
But Bruce was determined to be a racing driver.
Oh, we definitely got it this time, mate.
Definitely got it this time, mate.
And we get to see a little bit of what the future would hold.
He was the youngest ever winner of a Grand Prix, a title he would hold for over 40 years. So you see, that was Bruce's secret. He made you believe anything was possible.
In the next episode, Emerson Fittipaldi is compared to a werewolf for his racing ability, which is backed up with some decent racing footage, and he's also shown how much of a fan favourite he was.
Hey, good to see you, man. You're looking good.
Don't get me wrong, off the track, he was a gentle soul.
You want me to sign those babies?
This is a really good example of showing both sides, but then it begins to fluctuate. In James Hunt's episode, he becomes a James Bond-style figure and goes on a mad adventure alongside Loutfinger. Why? Ayrton Senna has a mock rivalry with the Professor instead of his very famous one with Prost.
It soon became one of the greatest rivalries of motor racing history.
Prost has a mock rivalry with the Professor instead of the very famous one with Senna. And Mika Hakkinen is known as the Flying Finn. Clever way of showing it, however, it would have been a little bit better to maybe, I don't know, show some of his racing ability? Now, I'm not trying to be cynical or fun-sucking, but surely they could have matched out the racing with the silly. I mean, Mika Hakkinen's only in his car for 15 seconds of the episode. Now, maybe I'm being a little bit unfair. To its credit, each episode gets through a lot. Each episode consists of an introduction, a quick premise normally related to the character, an example of their car, punchline, and then the next episode setup. As well as fitting in a lot, it also is quite funny on occasion.
Nice legs, Prof. Shame about the face.
Meeker, you must feel like Superman.
Yes.
Fantastic! This is the most exciting thing I've seen in 92 years. Which is incredible because I'm only 89.
Call me a genius, but I think we should recalibrate the whole engine.
And plus, just look at it. This doesn't look like some budget animation. This actually looks fantastic. However, overall, Alain Prost's episode is the only real episode where his championship achievements were brought into focus. If they hadn't explicitly stated at the beginning, there had been nothing to suggest that these were actually world champions. And sure, they mention that they're world champions, but wouldn't it have been better to show it? However, after an action-packed finale, Tooned 50 ends in rather a nice note, going back to the legend that started it all.
Maximum attack.
Oh dear, that's happened again.
Ah, I wouldn't say that. They seem to like it.
Yes, well, you haven't exactly made it easy for me, have you?
Aye, but you didn't give up. And that's why you should have this.
Golly, you sure?
Well, it was mine for the last 50 years. Perhaps it's time it was someone else's.
Thank you.
Here's to the next 50.
Now overall, I know I've berated the series a bit, but it is a bit of fun. I just think it's a bit of a missed opportunity that they didn't really celebrate the 50th anniversary of McLaren. They just kind of showed some cartoon characters, I guess. If you know the championship achievements, then yes, of course, obviously it's fun to draw the comparisons, but I feel like it just could have been done a bit better. And then, after a rather poignant ending, Tooned finished, and there's absolutely nothing more we...
Mobile One keeps things running smoothly. Mobile One, it's a great lubricant. Oh dear, that's not very good.
Stay tuned for part 3. Thank you for watching.